thought he might be allowed up from hell today, but they have their own rules down there, and Bill has got to obey them. And we've been a real country instead of a constantly wounded one. We wouldn't have had this administration. I'm wartime president, I'm wartime president. Well, he isn't. Only Congress can make a war. And he thinks, because he says he is. And he asked Mr. Gonzalez to get him all the powers of Abraham Lincoln and Franklin Roosevelt for this little snip. I mean, what are we doing? He should have been gone long ago. We are not a nation of masochists, though there are times when we seem like it. This is as low as we have ever fallen. I mean, they talk about Harding and so on. So he had some friends who stole money. Good heavens, who hasn't? But there we are. And now, I don't know if we're going to be able to get rid of it in 2008. I predict, unfortunately, I'm given to prediction, and I had predicted that the Republicans are going to pull all the stops out. Every balloting machine will be toyed and will be screwed up. And, you know, if you vote for whoever, a Democrat, your vote is going to be counted. What do you want, democracy? Good. But it is nice here in San Diego. I ran for the Senate a few years ago against Jerry Brown, who really wanted to be, you know, a prosecutor. He is one. And he's very good at it, too. And it was, I had no feeling that an event like this might take place. Also, on the other hand, I had no inkling that something like the Bush administration would happen. So we always get part of it wrong anyway. But this is, you know, I love the way I follow. I'm a junkie for the news programs. There's Hillary and there's Obama. They're being very sturdy, the two of them. And I think of them as, you know, two halves of the same president we might have had. I'd be quite content with either one. I am not partisan. I've been a lifelong Democrat. Very few people ever fess up to that, particularly in certain areas of the country. But I think the system really is doing better than we have any reason to suspect. Okay, there's the governor of New York, but you know, there's always governors of New York going to be up to mischief, you know. That's what New York is about. And I wish him well in his future endeavors. To look at somebody who took joy in putting other people in jail, headed there, I mean, that is something only a real democracy can deliver. We have to have some enjoyment. Anyway, I hope to see also, among other things, I just live up the road, the election of Floyd as your mayor. In 1982, when I was in the Senate race, I went around with the usual begging bowl, and the only chairman of any of the counties who supported me, largely because I was against the wars, and I'd read Henry George. So, I'm here to return the compliment. And I think you're lucky to have him. And first of all, I think there's going to be a real house cleaning coming up. we've had too many creeps in office. That one, the very rich guy with yachts and everything, he was a congressman from down here, wasn't he? Well, good luck. Don't do it again. There isn't much that they have to do, but there are certain things they should be persuaded not to do. And he was one, and there are others. What have I been doing? Who am I supporting in this great presidential fiesta? Well, I'd be quite happy with either one of the principal Democrats. On the other hand, there are things that could yet happen. I see, trouble is being made for one and then the other. It's good for their character, naturally. Let them suffer a bit as they go up Calvary. And each of them has referred to how historic the election was, because she and he were the greatest people either one ever knew. I don't know how well you know politicians, but that's the way they think. And she's a great gal, and he's a great guy. And I sort of wonder that, I hope, either one would be too good for us. After we take responsibility for Bush, I've spent a lot of my life in Italy, and I spend all my time explaining to Italians that we're not as stupid as we look, When the Italians start to shake their head about your lack of furbissimo, you're in trouble. Anyway, upon that note, I wish you well. It's a lovely day. The sun is shining as it ought down here. I know a lot of retired folks in the hills, so perhaps I'll go join them.
There's so many things going on in the world. Babies dying, mothers crying. How much oil is one human life worth? And what happened to peace on earth? We believe everything that they tell us. They're gonna kill us, so we gotta kill them first. But I remember a commandment: thou shalt not kill. And how much is a soldier's life worth? And what happened to peace on earth? And the bewildered herd still believing everything we've been told from our birth. Hell, they won't lie to me, not on my own damn TV. But how much is a liar's word worth? And whatever happened to peace on earth?